All right, second video. Let's roll. Here, I'm going to go ahead and factor right in here. This is 3 parentheses x minus 4. So that'll help me come up with my least common denominator. The least common denominator, or LCD, should be 3 with an x minus 4. It's very handy that that's a 3 and that's an x minus 4 there. So let's talk about restricted values. All you have to do is set x minus 4 equal to 0 to figure out what x cannot be, and x cannot be 4. So if we end up with that, that's a problem. We'll just have to put no solution if we end up with that, but let's see where we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to delete this real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and multiply through by 3 parentheses x minus 4. That should take care of a lot of things. Now we're going to remember that that's still 3 parentheses x minus 4, so maybe I shouldn't have deleted it, but whatever. So this will be up top 3 times 7 x minus 4, up top, all on top of 3 parentheses x minus 4. And this is over 1, just for your benefit there. Then we have 3 parentheses x minus 4 here, all over x minus 4. This is equal to 3 times 2 parentheses x minus 4, and that's all over 3. So now I'm going to get rid of some things here. The x minus 4s go away, the 3's go away there and there, the x minus 4s go away there, and here just the 3's go away. So now we can stop that alarm. Now this would be 7 minus 3. Something about that seems weird, but all right. And that's equal to 2 parentheses x minus 4. Yeah, I suppose the x is went away on the left side, so that's perfectly fine. So now we have 4 is equal to 2x minus 8. I'm going to go ahead and add 8 to both sides. I have 12 is equal to 2x. And then divide both sides by 2, I get x is equal to 6. Did that conflict with my restricted value here? No, it doesn't. So 6 is my solution. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. Here we have 2 fractions set equal to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and deal with the restricted values first. If I set 5x equal to 0, x cannot be 0. That's the one thing it cannot be. So let's hope it doesn't end up that way. So I'm going to go ahead, and since it's 2 fractions, I'm just going to, I'm not going to clear out any fractions. I'm just going to use the cross products property. This is 5 times x squared minus 5x. This is equal to 2x times 5x. And we'll go from there. So I'll have 5x squared minus 25x. That's equal to 10x squared. So let's go ahead and subtract 10x squared to get one side set equal to 0. I'll end up with negative 5x squared minus 25x. That's equal to 0. Now I'm going to factor. Now we have a negative up front, so I'm going to take out a negative 5. Oh, that's an ugly looking 5. Hang on. Take out a negative 5x, and I'll be left with x plus 5. Now, no, is that right? Yeah. So if you divide each of these by a negative divided by a negative should be a positive. So that's correct. I'm going to double check that. So then I get 2 solutions here. I said negative 5x equal to 0. And I said x plus 5 equal to 0. Here I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5. I get x equals 0. And here I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. I get x equals negative 5. Now, can x be 0? No. So that's not a solution. It goes away. X is equal to negative 5. That is the only solution that we have. All right. 2 down. 1 to go. All right. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and factor this. This is x plus 2, x minus 2 when you're using the difference of 2 squares method there. So, since it's 2 fractions being equal to each other, I'm using the cross products property. After I go ahead and figure out my what's it called, restricted values. All right, so if you say x plus 2 equal to 0 and x minus 2, oh, not equals, but minus 2, I'm slipping, guys, then we're going to figure out what x cannot be. So x cannot equal negative 2, and x cannot equal 2. Those are 2 things that it can't be, pun intended. All right, so we have to keep an eye on that. Now, I'm going to take these 2 and multiply them together. Here, I'm actually going to delete this, or erase that, because it's actually more helpful to just do this. So 4 times x squared minus 4, and it's going to equal these 2 being multiplied. So it'll be 8 parentheses x minus 1 parentheses x minus 2. So the left side's easy. That's going to be 4x squared minus 16. The right side, though, if we have x minus 1 times x minus 2, it's x times x minus 2, and minus 1 times x minus 2. So this would be x squared minus 2x minus 1x plus 2. So x squared minus 3x plus 2. But we still have this 8 out front, so we have to multiply that through by the 8. So what we end up with is 8x squared minus 24x plus 16. So fairly gross there. Apologize about that. But moving forward, here's what we have. We're going to try and get rid of everything on the left side to get that set equal to 0. And so no, I just said 0 and was meaning to write x. So subtract 4x squared from each side. I'm going to add 16 to both sides. So here's what we end up with. The left side 0, which is great. I have 4x squared minus 24x, and then plus 32. Now, you might be thinking bubble method here. You don't have to, though. Here we can take out a 4. When we take out a 4, we're left with x squared minus 6x plus 8. All right, now we're trying to factor. So let's think what two numbers multiply to a positive 8 and add up to a negative 6. Well, you could say 4 and 2, but you'd be wrong because they both have to be negative. All right, so I have 0 equals 4 parentheses, x minus 4, x minus 2. So I'm going to, well, I can't set 4 equal to 0, so that's a non-solution there. X minus 4 is equal to 0. X minus 2 equals 0. And we're going to hopefully get some solutions, or maybe just one. Wink, wink, nod, nod. We're going to add 4 to both sides. I get x equals 4. Here I'm going to add 2 to both sides. I get x equals 2. So I'm going to circle this one, put a star next to it, because that's got to be 1, but x cannot equal 2. So crossing that one out. Our only solution is x equals 4.